I think I'm back.
I can hear you.
Huzzah.
Also, because we're in the same room, but I'm hearing you in the headset.
Say, not always the
Huzzah.
diagnostic tool.
Are we all back?
I'm not sure if Zach's back, but we're back.
Oh. Hey, back, Ellie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, back,
Hey, back.
Ellie.
Oh, I heard, hey, Zach.
That too.
Hey, hey, I'm back.
Woo!
Sorry about the technical difficulty.
Stuff happens.
Oh my
It
god.
does. All right, if we're back, I don't know if Michelle is there or not, but
She's here.
okay.
Nice.
He climbed upon, choked out, screamed at, and have things thrown at. Sorry, you guys are getting
Yeah,
attacked.
it's wild over here. No, don't me.
Um, we'll pick up right where we left off with Zach, you being ordered by the town guard to slowly come out from underneath the bed. Their intention is to detain you for questioning.
Okay.
Are you willing to voluntarily surrender to the town guard? Or do you have a Draco plan?
I'm working on a Draco plan, but I will come out slowly as I do it. You know, I'll come peacefully as long as we're not leaving the room yet. But I start muttering how there's a big monster down there. I hid under the bed, and it came busting through the door.
One of the town guards go, "We're well aware of what's down there, sir. We're going to hear all about it." In like his best common, which is slightly fishy, but of the Piscine people you've talked to, his is probably the best. We're kind of going to cut to downstairs to give you a second to think.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Downstairs, people, you guys race down the stairwell. The last thing you hear is Draco saying something about him going to be hiding under the bed. You make it back down to the charged lapis lazuli core, and from there, hold on one second. From there, you can hear the sounds of the guard ordering someone. Like you can't really hear so much as the tone and the cadence of a talking to somebody, and at that point, the large, heavy footfalls of the Slod guard are making their way down the stone staircase. Where did you guys want to be, or just do you want to try to hide? Were you just looking to be down here? Do you want to go into one of the 4 alcoves, hide in the pile of corpses? What's your plan down here?
Hmm. I do kind of like the idea of hiding amongst the pile of corpses just to see if they would recognize new bodies.
I think we might need to operate under the assumption that the guards don't know that this is here, and we're as surprised as they are, or vice versa. I mean, we might get arrested and put into jail and questioned, but I don't know. Mama, left. Mama, left.
All right, we'll do it by initiative order. Renan is first. Renan, what would you like to do? You have, just a few seconds before the guard is down the stairs here.
Get by I don't think there's really much I can do.
Okay. Standing
Sorry.
with Oni, on any actions you'd like to take, any place you want to try to hide, anything you want to.
No, I think I just want to own the fact that we're discovering some evil shit. So no hiding.
Today. Chill out.
Skipping Draco for now. What do you think Hoppy would do?
Huffy, he'd be ready to fight, but he'd be doing the same as Oni would be doing. And she said hiding the bodies, right? Right, Oni, you said you want to go to the bodies?
I was saying that we could do that, but I have a new plan now since we're going on initiative.
Want to
Okay.
take things in a new direction.
Well, Javi is following Oni since they're like BFFs.
So we are, since the next is my turn, we are going to position ourselves at the very base of the stairs, and I'm just going to stand there with the monster's head in my hand and the angriest look I can muster on my face.
And Javi is going to try to intimidate as well. That doesn't work for him, but he doing him. Happy do happy.
Okay. Keeping with the downstairs team for just a second.
Yeah, stay there. It's fine.
The guards stumble downstairs, walking, basically turning that sort of that blindish corner on the spiral staircase right into Hoppy and Oni. The Slod who's leading them looks at you and asks, "Who are you?"
The team who just rid this place of this monster, and I'm going to throw the monster's head at his feet.
And Javi's going to moo as loud as possible.
Interesting. Please silence your pet. He steps on the creature's skull, like crushing it under the weight and strength of his foot, and asks, "Where is the body? I must make sure there is no longer a threat. Keep your hands where I can see them."
I'll give you a threat to worry about. What is that monster, and why have you kept it here? And where did all of these bodies come from?
Step aside while I conduct my investigation.
I will do no such thing.
I like that fighting the cops is just like a thing that you and your brother have in common.
Yeah, I want to kind of look at her like, Oni, like, chill just a little bit.
I want answers.
As do I.
If you knew it was down here, why didn't you deal with it before? I don't trust you.
And I don't know you. Step aside or be imprisoned.
You can try.
Oni, we're on the same team.
We don't know what team these people are on.
Yeah.
For all we know, they've been feeding this monster these bodies. I'm just gonna
You mean
glare at him.
If we're going to get in a fight, we can get in a fight whenever. We can always fight, but we can't always go back to peace once we've started fighting.
Yeah, big boy. That's a big boy.
Since it might come to this, I just wanted to have them ready.
Just in case.
He doesn't intimidate me. I'm not going to start the fight, but I'm certainly not going to back away from one.
It's the amount of people, though. It's kind of the thing.
Yes, but they're on a stairwell.
They got higher
So
ground.
many places they can go.
They got the higher ground.
I have the high ground. All right. He will, in that deep sort of emotionless baritone that he's got, tells you one more time that he's coming, arriving at this scene because this guardsman told him that there was a monster in this basement killing people. He must make sure that the citizenry are safe. He must secure the threat, and he must make sure that all threats to the people of this oasis are eliminated. And right now, he's not sure whether you're friend or foe, but if you stop him from performing his duties, you will confirm his suspicions that you are, in fact, a foe, an enemy of High Regent Lillipillipi, and he and his men will deal with you accordingly. He says it less. He's doing his best to sound as diplomatic as a giant death slod can be. He's not intending to threaten you, simply just telling you that you're in his way. He's trying to do his job. If you stop him from doing his job, you're going to be arrested. And if you don't go quietly, then obviously we're going to rumble and one of us is going to die.
If you're concerned about the people of this oasis, and I'm going to gesture at the giant pile of bodies, then how could you stand by and let this happen? But I will step away from the base of the stairs.
Moo. And then he looks back and sees Oni backing up. So then,
And I'll
move.
gesture for him to join me, like very sly like.
Slightly more demurred. Moo. He extends you a small bit of professional courtesy and gratitude by gently nodding his head as he strodes past you and tells you that he guarantees that he will investigate every aspect of this crime, but first he must make sure everyone is safe. You have my word.
Well, no one's safe down here except for our people.
The guards swarm around the room looking at the corpses and stuff. He is mostly interested in the creature that you've slain and asks you to come over and fill in the missing pieces here. What was this? Why? How did you come to find it? He would like you to recreate the last 10 minutes, since apparently quite a bit has happened in that time, and he needs to get caught up.
In true storyteller fashion, we will piecemeal together our recollection of
Moo.
the events.
I don't know if we need to like actually recount the events, but I do need you to tell me like what actually happened are you going to share with him? What will you try to obfuscate from him, and what will you try to alter?
Since Amon has wanted to take the peacekeeping approach, I will defer to him. But I will stand there glowering at him. at the dude.
I crit
He's
5
just trying to
times
do his
yesterday.
job, man.
Only crit twice so far today. Do you feel lucky, punk?
Mm-hmm.
Amon, what you gonna tell him?
I'm just gonna tell him our story and just be honest with him. Tell him what we found, where we came from. I mean, does he know us from the pits?
If you dropped the name, he might. He does not recognize you by your appearance.
Okay. I want to introduce us as Alea's Flame and the favored of, the pits, and tell of our accolades a little bit, and then say, we're trying to figure out some of the weird stuff going on here, and so on. I'm gonna try to be honest and hope that will resonate with this guy.
Talking with him for a moment, he does recognize the name of your combat troop from the arena. He himself once fought in the Ring of Ancestral Glory, but to not much fame or acclaim, which is why he's been relegated to the role of protector and guardsman. But your story is known to him. He himself didn't see your victories, but also notes that the jewelry you wear allows you access to the High Garden, but he sees no such patents that would allow you entry into the Moon Gate, and wonders how you came to be here.
Was the portal not part of Amon's story?
I didn't want to assume it was, so I just wanted to make sure that was my way of...
I wanted to tell him the whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. He tells you that that's quite suspicious. That's not a magic that he's aware is practiced in the city.
Well, obviously,
it seems like there's a lot there's a lot happening under your nose that you're unaware of. We've only been here a short time, and we've already done your job.
Oh, insult now.
I'm just gonna prod him a little bit. I'm being peaceful. Yeah, being peaceful, but I gotta give him a little bit of sass.
And he asks what you know about the mound of corpses.
We know the same amount as you, and we know that they're being dumped through that portal and taken into the woods and buried. very unceremoniously.
He asks if you would for a moment consider his position.
That you have cartloads full of people gone missing and never pieced that together?
He said no, that I could very well have walked into a basement full of murderers who I've caught red-handed disposing of their victims, who have told me an amusing fairy tale about magical portals and monstrous creatures that they've slain as the heroes in this tale. Would you not at least grant the intellectual possibility that this story could be spun in such a way that you are in fact responsible for all of these dead?
Do you know how long we've been here? I'm just going to ask him, do you know how long we've been here?
He tells you
And
that he heard the games was several days ago.
Yeah. How long have you had people going missing in large quantities?
He's not sure what you're speaking of.
Yeah, exactly. This has been happening for a long time, and there's something going on because you seem like a capable person who wouldn't just let these things go on under his nose. So there's something bigger going on, something more malicious, and I think that we could work together to figure this out.
Let our brother come down from upstairs and he can show you the portal that we entered through. You can go through it yourself if you'd like to see the cave and speak to the despicable Coatoan who has been facilitating this transfer of bodies.
You have an accomplice hiding upstairs?
Not an accomplice.
He's just a little guy.
A family member.
He's our mascot.
Taking out of his pocket what looks like a miniaturized lily, like a small lily pad with a blooming flower on it. He speaks into it, and it creates ripples in the air that sound sort of like a humming vibration to your ears. But upstairs, you can hear people responding to it. We're going to cut upstairs for a minute with Draco. Draco, you're being ordered out from underneath the bed.
Yes.
Crossbows drawn at you.
So this is where I think I was. Here's what I'm thinking of doing. Actually, never mind. Because it doesn't really help them out so much. So I come on out as normal, and I have a spell on the tip of my tongue ready to go the moment it feels like I need to cast it. So I'm just gonna follow orders at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't see an easy way of me getting out with them down there without getting them in some shit.
Fair enough. The guards are following sort of just standard guardsman procedure. They're asking you to just keep your hands at your side while they just secure the rest of the room. They ask you basic information like your name and your purpose here.
I just keep kind of muttering about, the big monster from downstairs. I'm just kind of trying to sound as, shocked, like shell shocked and just hiding. I mean, why else would I hide under a bed? That doesn't sound, Yeah. Yeah, just keep muttering, how there's a monster, a big monster, tentacles. It attacked me. I show, some of my damage that I got on me. Like,
Authentic battle damage.
Yes, that's right. I just keep muttering, this big green, so many teeth, the eyes, and the tentacles, and just keep going, over and over again, same stuff.
Whilst you're describing that, you can hear a ruckus from downstairs, raised voices, and then there's a weird reverberating sound that sort of tickles your eardrums because you can feel the percussive sound as much as you can hear it. And then the guardsmen lower their crossbows but do not decock them and tell you that they found your friends downstairs and the captain wants to speak to you, and they just motion for you to walk downstairs.
I don't want to go back down there.
He stomps his foot and points again. Maybe because
Okay.
of the language barrier, maybe because he's got small children, but like, as they march downstairs, Mister.
So I slowly creep towards there. I don't want to go.
About 3/4 of the way downstairs, they're following you behind, and he calls ahead, "Captain, we found the child."
I look back, with a angry, glare. What the child? No child. Show you child. Okay, I
He,
look at Oni, see what's going on down here.
they are
I'm
not
looking for a
detained,
thumbs
but
up or
they
thumbs down.
it's a flat medium, I would imagine. The very large slod captain of the guard calls out to you, "Harry, child, show me this magic gateway. Your friends promised me you could show me how you've come and gone."
I like look at Oni like, what the?
I'm gonna
I didn't
nod
turn it
my
on.
head and
Okay.
gesture in the direction where the runes or where the portal.
Okay, this is going to be actually a better route then. I shall cast hallucinatory terrain and put us back into the cave we just were.
I'm reading the spell. That's not one I've seen cast a lot.
That's why I decided. I mean, since I am doing a portal, I figure this is a good way of creating my portal.
Interesting.
Wait, we're tricking them instead of just showing them where the runes and the portal originated?
Yeah, because I don't know. I haven't had a chance to examine in here.
Oh.
It's like the actual cave I could have shown, but we're not there.
I'm just gonna kind of chuckle and say, well, that was one way to go.
All right. So you want the area that you're standing in to look like the cave that this portal connected you to in the past,
Yes.
so that to the people in this room it will look like they've been teleported to the cave.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make a intelligence saving throw.
Because they could investigate the runes there, because he got a good look at those.
Yes. It works.
He is astounded at how quickly and seemingly effortlessly
That
everyone
was
in this room was teleported to the cave.
That took me 10 minutes to do. What are you talking about?
I guess that's fair. But he is impressed. He reminds you that you showed him earlier a cart full of, or told him about a cart full of corpses left at another village and an illicit burial ground somewhere. Take me there. He said it was a short walk from this place.
I said. I'm like looking at Oni.
Figure out the portal. Take us back.
Why didn't we take him there? Like I'm trying to think of another route
That's a
of this.
wonderful question.
He looks at you, Oni, the captain of the guard, because you did, you've all told him about it, and he sees you as sort of like maybe the leader, or at the very least the protector of your group, and asks, "It's a simple request. Show me this evidence that you've gathered. Take me to this village. Show me the graveyard. This will all be an important part of the case."
Oh, I'm feeling something, guys. We're getting pulled back through. Ah! I dispel the magic. We're back in the room here.
Make a deception check.
Crap. You guys. Deception. Here we go.
You'll have to excuse my brother. He will need a few moments to figure out how to reinstate the portal on this end. Draco, please go to where we came into this room and see if you can get the portal activated again.
This was a deception.
Not a
No,
deception. He was showing you
no.
what we have already seen.
I don't need a spellcaster's trickery.
Well, then we could. Okay, okay. How we get there? I don't know how to run from this side. I can show you on the other side of it where we came from. We could take you to the cave.
But we know
Actually,
that
we
the
couldn't.
portal dropped off here. Is there no area with runes?
There is not. Draco, make an Arcana check.
Wow, my rolls are amazing today.
So we know, or rather, basic portals 101. There are two kinds. Well, there are multiple kinds of teleportation. Everything from dimension door to misty step to actual teleport. But the kind that creates an aperture, a gateway between two places, there are basically two varieties. There are the kind that have two runic circles that establish connection between two known points, like the Great Pyramids that connect each other to other spots in the region. Those have like a start gate and an end gate, Stargate style. You go through one and it only ever takes you to the other based on the address you've dialed using the runes. The other type of teleportation is a powerful enough magic user can, from anywhere, open a gateway to any of the other pre-established, rings or of teleportation addresses that they know the sequence to. So in this instance, there's either someone with a portable magic circle or there's someone who's able to cast that spell on their own and open a gateway to the cave. But this is not a situation where this room is connected to that cave via a teleportation circle.
Well, the thing
Either that
is,
person has like a pocket portal or they can cast the spell teleport by themselves.
see, with that, they'd have to have like a portal gun or something, like so to speak, because right when it opened, we ran right through. Doesn't mean that they didn't run through too, so we crossed them in the ether, which is very possible. But because
Possible
there's
that the person who was trying to escape the monster escaped the monster through the cave at the same time you guys were running in.
exactly,
Maybe.
since we didn't wait.
There are other possibilities that exist, but with a 10, they're escaping
Yeah,
your
I'm
mind
an
at the
idiot.
moment.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I basically let out that explanation as best as I can, and so there's you got no ruins right here. We can take you to the village where we got the cart and everything. The only issue is though, with them not having the memory of a lot of the stuff, they probably won't recognize the guy that's at the other end.
He says, just for the clarity of my report, you're saying it's possible that the man who murdered all of these people used the portal you were standing in front of as the method for escape, so essentially he slipped right through your fingers and into the jungle?
Very likely. Yep. Yep.
Correct.
Or it was this monster here that, we slayed.
Plain.
And where does this beast come from?
Your guess as good as mine?
We've never seen anything like it before in our travels.
Except for, the jungle that we were outside of, this
But for the three
cave.
times you never have.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Now you're getting it. Yeah, you're getting
Somebody
it.
in the Oasis is keeping these and feeding them.
It seems unlikely I would not have seen or heard of such a creature.
I would think so as well. What about the family who calls this their residence? Could they not tell you why they have this weird dungeon full of dead people?
That I've looked around only briefly upstairs, but this is not anyone's actual home. It has none of the furnishings, none of the finery,
But it does have a name outside.
and that shall be another point of my inquiry.
Very well. Would you like to join us as we make haste to the village.
Which village are you going to?
The one on the outside in the Oasis. Outside. If we have to hoof it, since we can't portal back, I don't know how else to get there.
He tells you that for the sake of giving everyone the benefit of the doubt, you will be prohibited from leaving the city for the short term until he can run down these leads, figure out what's going on, and determine your guilt or innocence. Plus, there's a chance you might have to stand before a tribunal. He says that he wants to believe you, and as a local hero, he can't arrest you without the regent's approval, but he will insist that you not depart the city.
Where else we gonna go?
To this jungle village you spoke of. Sadly, that is no longer an option for you.
We'll get it figured out.
Do you have anything else that needs to be in my report? Anything additional to confess?
Do you have it written down that Draco is short and hairy?
Oh my god.
Yes. All magical child is both short and hairy.
Hairy baby.
I'm not that hairy. I'm flaming.
But, compared to normal children.
We'll take our leave of you then while you do your investigation. And I'm going to turn to walk up the stairs.
He calls ahead and asks his men to escort you to the inn where you will be babysat.
Drinks on the guards.
That is what we're going to do. Run a giant tab up on them.
He thanks you for cooperation and tells you that if anybody at the inn has any questions, that they can talk to Captain Gripple.
I'm also going to do my very best to get his entire team drunk.
Very well. On your way out, is there anything you want to do? Is there anything you want to try to sneakily do? Is there anything else you'd like to say? Anything else you'd like to steal?
Oni's not very sneaky, so.
You guys, I think we're gonna have to jump out here pretty shortly. We're hitting
No worries.
hitting the
Reach the
wall.
threshold.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Since we're down, Mark, we'll probably just call it here then. Let's real quick before you guys are lost to the ether. Next Sunday, Megan and I cannot play.
Okay.
So from our perspective, the next game is the 29th. Does that seem doable?
I believe it will work for me.